Welcome back to Real YouTube Mastermind, where we talk all the amazing tips and tricks of YouTube video, all that fun stuff. And we get to have great conversations with amazing agents like the one I'm bringing on today, Ed Stulak out of New Jersey, of all places. New Jersey. Just kidding, Ed. Ed's fantastic. He has a lot of amazing things going on in his business. He's using a lot of really great video tactics in his business, and that dude is just phenomenal. So Ed, welcome to the channel. We are happy to have you, man.
Yo, thank you for having me on. Thanks for the nice little intro. I'm stoked to chat.
Yeah, man. So every time I look up, like you're at some event giving a speech on something, you're in front of everybody, you're putting up lease buildings in New Jersey. Like, dude, what is going on with you? Spill the beans.
I'm growing. That's it's uncomfortable as all hell, but we're growing. Teaching right now, training, traveling. Just got back from Nashville, South Carolina. We were just in South Carolina teaching all about social media, branding, and all the stuff that I love to chat about. IG Reels, TikTok. That's what I dive into, of course. And I just noticed a few years ago that realtors are really not good at social media. And that was one thing that I just excelled in over the past decade, being on it every day, learning, being with influencers and celebrities and helping them grow their brands on social medias. I learned so much. So I figured, let me get into a business now that actually makes money, real estate, only for me to realize realtors are not good with social media. So let me try to merge both of those passions of mine into one. So that's what I do. I sell real estate in New Jersey, but I'm also growing a team nationwide now that we're with Real Broker. And I'm also, of course, training worldwide realtors just about social media and personal branding.
That's so sweet, dude. I know, like, when I started getting into like how to market myself, I kept hearing video, 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 do video, video. I was one of those Tom Ferry coaching clients. I was like, great, video. What the hell does that mean? So why don't you walk us through? You do a little bit different. Like my stuff's all YouTube, but you do a lot of different stuff that's like catchy and gets people engaged and gets them to you. Why don't you talk about some of the social media things that you're doing and what you're kind of like training people and teaching people on social media?
What I dive into is more so short formatted content. That's IG Reels, that's TikToks, that could be YouTube Shorts, Snapchats, things of that sort. I personally find my creativity to flourish and blossom when it's shorter and sweeter, since I know that my consumers and audience are going to be very tied down to quick formatted videos. Just give me something quick. Let me bite-sized pieces. Let me eat it, consume it, digest it, and come back for more of it. And that's the type of content that I push on my social medias, on TikTok, Instagram, and so on and so forth. The long formatted videos, I don't want to say I haven't excelled in or become an expert in just yet, but it's content that I know is a little more foreign to me. I prefer the vertical videos, straight to the point, quick snippets, because it allows me to push out quantity and quality. The quality side of things is going to be more so the value that I bring in those videos. So like the one that you're seeing right there on the left, 4 tips to get more engagement, for example. That is me dancing, pointing, and teaching something. 4 tips to get more engagement on social media. That video lasts no more than 20 seconds. It's quick, straight to the point. People like it, people engage with it, people learn something from it, and they expect more of this type of content. Quick little things like that, enjoying, having fun, and then moving on to the next piece of content. So creating videos like this, I can pump out 10 of these in one day, as opposed to long formatted videos. It's going to take me some time to format, edit, things of that sort. So it's a lot longer. But so in terms of my type of content, I prefer the quick, short formatted.
Okay, that makes sense. So what does that mean though for business, right? So you're creating all these short-term content, you're putting out how many a day?
Sometimes I'll put out 1, sometimes I'll put out 3. All depends. Mostly I aim for 3 to 5 a week if I can.
3 to 5 a week.
That sort. I don't want to
Okay.
overwhelm people, and I don't want to overwhelm myself either. Consistency is everything. So I know I could do 3 to 5 a week.
Okay. So that short-term content, 3 to 5 a week, you're talking less than actual 5 minutes of watchable content, right? It's not, over really a minute long for most of your stuff. So that's quick bites, fun energy. What does that translate into actual business? Does that actually get you business? What does that look like?
It does, and the reason why it does is because it's such short formatted content that it doesn't bore the audience. Whether it's a plumber, which I do have plumbers that follow me, I have mechanics, I have artists, I have musicians, I have doctors and attorneys, and all these people follow me. Sure, they do. These people are more than likely not buying real estate now, tomorrow, or the next day, and I'm okay with that. But one of these days, they are going to click, and their bank account is going to be ready to go ahead and invest into real estate. And when that time comes, who are they going to think of first? Probably that person that they constantly see pumping out videos about real estate. They're going to come approach me and say, Ed, I know you post about real estate, this and that. How's the market? Like, let them just ask that one question and let me take it from there. Let me try to aim for that close from that point. That's the important part, which so many real estate professionals and entrepreneurs in general, don't get me wrong, a lot of entrepreneurs in general only push to try to get a sale at the end of the day. So instead, the content that is usually pushed is more so, hey, here's why you need to buy a house, and if you're ready to buy a house, buy it with me. Or hey, looking to buy or sell a house, or here's a house that I'm selling, you should buy it. Where realtors are trying to always get a sale, as opposed to what you should be doing is just creating valuable content that is going to get an average viewer, an audience member, to just scroll their thumb over to the side for a little bit and just watch what you're talking about for a little bit, just a little bit. Give value, teach something. Hey, here's 3 tips that you need to know about real estate. Here's 5 things you need to know about the 2021 real estate market. Here's 4 ways to sell your house on your own. Here's 5 things. That type of content is all of a sudden going to entice a person, a regular Joe Schmo, to follow you, first of all. Second of all, be aware of the content that you're pushing. And the more short formatted content that you post, the more likely it is that anytime this Joe Schmo logs onto Instagram, more than likely your video is popping up. And it's always going to be something different. Another short formatted video by John. Oh, wow. Another one. Oh, another one. And you're just going to teach your audience member that, yes, you are in real estate. Your repetition getting stuck into their heads of, all right, I think John is a real estate agent because I always see him posting about real estate and nothing different but that. Eventually, it's going to be business chasing you as opposed to you chasing business. So that's the little psychological twist and switch that a lot of realtors need to turn on.
So that brings a good, you kind of took over, you kind of answered my next question a little bit, but my next question was going to be, how do you come up with this content, right? You're coming up with quick content throughout the week. Do you journal like, hey, these are the categories of content I should be talking about? What does that process look like for a weekly, like you say, okay, I'm doing 5 videos this week. What's the process look like for that content itself?
Love it. Every time I go onto TikTok, right? Anytime I go onto TikTok, this is what I do. I just scroll and scroll every single day until I find something that piques my interest. So I'm going to scroll. I see some girl. I see this mortgage gentleman. I see this girl. I see this guy, until I land on a video. Let's say this video, right? And I see how he's holding his mic. I see he's interviewing a girl. I don't know what it's about, but I'm seeing the video, right? It has one angle and then another angle, and then he's getting her in there, and they're getting a whole body shot, and then it's on her, and then him. And I take this and I'm thinking, how can I take this video and put it into real estate terminology? They're talking about relationships. I don't know what it is. However, I don't have to talk about relationships. I can talk about real estate. So I do my best to be a content consumer every day, but only for the intention at the end of the day to be a content creator. This stuff is obviously relevant. This stuff is trending on TikTok. And I'll just keep going and going and scrolling and consuming, right? And consuming and consuming. And
you just passed Chi.
Where's he at?
Oh, I saw that one today. That one was great. I saw that on, I think, Instagram today. I was like, oh, I love that one.
And you scroll and you see stuff like that. It could be a person like Chi. It could be a person that has nothing to do with real estate also, and just taking what they're doing and just putting into your industry lingo. It could be whatever. It could be so many different things. But if it works for them, more than likely it'll work for you too.
All right. So that's awesome. So look, it doesn't sound like what you do takes a ton of equipment, right? So you're pretty much doing everything with your phone. That's it. So, what would you recommend to somebody who's wanting to get into content creation? Like, what should they be doing? Should they be just doing what you're doing and looking for relevant terms and things? And should they be worried to be in front of the camera? I mean, I think most people just get in their heads like, I'm not going to be funny or I'm not going to be good at this. What is your recommendation for people as they're trying to, start this whole content creation and market themselves?
It's a little corny of how I answer this, but it's very true. You have to understand who it is that you are as a person. What is your personal brand? Is it humor based? Is it educational based? Is it fashion? Is it a lifestyle? Is it family? What is it? You got to figure that out. Once you know what that is and that allows you to be your most authentic self, you don't have to push to be something else. Try to force yourself on camera. Try none of that stuff. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Because so many people complain, I hate social media because I have to post all the time. Well, yeah, because you're trying to be someone else probably. But if you're authentic online and you just post what you wish because it's who you are, then the real authentic community will begin to be built. You will begin to grow that real legit authentic following that actually wants to follow you, actually cares about the stuff you post. And at that point, it doesn't become a job for you to post. It just becomes another part of your business. It's marketing, it's branding, but you enjoy doing so. Another video with Bob, and just enjoying creating content. You should have fun with it. You know how many times we cursed in this video? And that is not my brand. I don't curse. I'm not a big cursing guy when it comes to social media content, but sometimes it'll slip. And you know what? I don't mind it. It's my authentic self. I'll do it. I'm not going to just put myself back, restrain myself from doing it just because it's not what I do usually. No, just be yourself online. So that's what I would say is when it comes to that, don't worry too much about how it is that you look, if your hair is messed up or not, if you got a booger in your nose, it's all good. Just enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. Clean up a little bit if you can. But be yourself online. People will love you so, so much for that.
The one thing that I've asked a lot of people that have come on here recently, we talked about building a network of people, building a audience, right? Building a group of people that want to consume your content, community, if you will, right? So creating a community. So do you find? So my question is, how are you building your community in these, IG and TikTok? How are you building that community, and how are you interacting with that community to keep them coming back?
If I know that there's someone investing their time into watching my stuff, I make sure to invest my time to give them the love and support that they give me. This can mean so many things. Excuse me. If someone comments on my video, someone comments on my picture, likes 4 of my pictures, I'll do my best to go ahead and return the favor. I acknowledge them. I want to make sure that they acknowledge that I acknowledge them. Because now they're going to look at me like, wow, this person actually went out of their way to like my stuff, engage with my stuff. That's really nice of this guy. I want them to say that because then they're going to go ahead and actually be inclined to follow me because they're going to know that anytime they like my stuff, more than likely they're going to get engagement back. Who doesn't like that? So my best advice when it comes to growing online or growing a personal brand is to get engagement, to get love, you got to give engagement, give love. People want it. People love to have their ego stroked. So I know psychologically, if I stroke someone's ego, they're going to stroke mine. I know that they want to make sure that they give the love that I give to them. So that's just a logical way of how I think when it comes to my social media online, is I got to make sure I give people what they want. And this is why, by the way, this is why TikTok is succeeding so, so well, is because they acknowledge what people and its users want. We all want exposure. We post a video of, I don't know, adjusting my watch or something for 5 seconds, and for some reason it gets 3 million views. Why? Because TikTok knows that we like exposure, we like numbers. So, okay, if that's the case, make sure you give that to your audience as well that follows you already. So I know that's one big thing that makes people come back for more and more and more of my content is that they know anytime that they like my stuff or comment on my stuff, they'll get a response back. On top of that, this is my favorite. I love to hit them with something that they don't expect. Unexpected is the best. So when they like my pictures, when they might follow me or something of that sort, I go out of my way to sit down Send a personalized video to them and say, hey, Sarah, I saw that you followed me. I personally wanted to reach out to you to let you know I appreciate your follow. I appreciate your love and support. If there's anything in this world that I can do for you when it comes to Instagram, personal branding, real estate, or you just need I don't know, an ear to listen to, I'm here. What can I do? I'm here. Use me. Talk to you soon. And I send them that video, they know that that was not pre-recorded. They know that that was not automated. I did that. That was my voice. That was me doing my due diligence, which takes me, 7 seconds? I pop up their account. I see, oh, her name is Sarah. She lives in Minnesota. She's a realtor for Remax. Oh, great. Hey, Sarah, how's Minnesota? Hope you're staying warm. How's Remax doing? Great. God bless. If there's anything I can do to help you out, let me know. That right there is going to retain her for a long, long time. There's no reason
for sure
her to unfollow me. So why would she, this is how I think. And this is what I advise realtors to do as well. Engage with your following like like no other, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's really important too. I think a lot of us, we go after the views, we go after the clicks, we go after all that stuff, but we forget that it does take. So you spend all the time creating content, but then you really have to go back and massage the shoulders of the people that do watch your content. I mean, it's great points. I mean, you sent me a little message like, man, you're the sexiest guy at the event we went to, whether you meant that or not. Now I'm like, oh my God, Ed, of course. Like, when do you want me to come out to join your team? Like, what's going on, Ed? Your coffee, cocktails?
This guy, I love it. You weren't supposed to say that live, but it's all right. I'll let him slide. It's whatever.
Okay. I mean, I have the messages. We'll show them later.
Yes.
Well, awesome, man. Like, I appreciate the time. I know you're a super busy dude. Everybody wants your attention, so I really appreciate you jumping on here. What are your last little bits for anybody that's thinking about content creation, or they put up a wall for themselves? What are your last little tips that you'd give anybody?
For the average person, okay, which is why I say average, because this is the average question I get from many, many real estate professionals. Ed, how do I come up with the content? Ed, how do I find the time to create this content? It really doesn't take that long once you figure out your own system. So this message is to those who overthink everything in life. When it comes to content, there's a famous quote by a popular artist named Pablo Picasso. He once said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Now, what he means by that is don't go out there and don't go and steal the iPhone 13 look, but take the elements from the iPhone, take the visual, take the cameras, take the high quality look, take the touchscreen concept, and implement it into your own way. This is why there's so many people that are now creating similar phones to iPhone, and you got Microsoft and Google and all this stuff, right? There's a reason why Instagram saw what TikTok did and created IG Reels. There's a reason why YouTube saw what TikTok did and then saw what Instagram did and then saw what Snapchat did and created YouTube Shorts. All these people are just implementing the same quote that Pablo Picasso said. Good artists copy, great artists steal. There's no reason for you to go ahead and recreate the wheel when it's already done so well by others. Just make sure you take it, spray paint it a little different, put your own little recipe to it, and create your own type of create your own recipe is what I'm saying. Take the ingredients from this person, from that person, from this concept, from that one, make it your own because it works for them. And again, it more than likely will work for you. So don't overthink your content because those who overthink will, overanalysis causes paralysis.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
I think that's my biggest part or my biggest problem too. And I'm trying to come up with content for my channel. If I just turn on the camera and start talking, sometimes it's a lot easier for me just like to get all the crap out of my head. And then I've set it all on camera and then I can go, okay, I hated all of this part. And then I can just like go back and fix what I need to through editing. And so, my process is a little bit different doing YouTube, but I find sometimes I'll be like, say all these great things in my brain in the shower. I should just start taking the camera with me in the shower, I guess, and start filming in there. But, that or just when I'm driving and it looks like I'm like talking to myself, it's me videoing myself because I'm coming up with ideas. But Ed, thanks so much for joining us in this. If you want to reach out to Ed, he's got some coaching stuff that he's got on his channel. Go find him on Instagram, TikTok. Reach out to him. I'm sure he'd love to poke you back Is that the thing on Instagram? You poke back, right? No, it's not.
Oh yeah, I'll poke.
You poke. All right. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this with any other agent friends that you saw, that you might think would be a great fit for this channel. I really appreciate you, and drop all your fun comments below. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a great one.